James Version Bible, 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and 1 for the Apocrypha. 2 of the groups met at Oxford, 2 at Cambridge, 2 at Westminster.
Now, who brought these? Now, who brought these groups together? What are you reading?
The King James Version Bible.
So he's reading about King James bringing these people together, right? To translate the Bible, right? Now let me show you what color King James was. Here.
Yes,
read the title of the book.
The Negro Question, Part 4.
The Negro what?
The Negro Question, Part 4.
So guess what? The same question that you have, other Negroes have. That's
right.
The Negro Question, Part 4. What's your name again, bro? Yeah, I gotta keep you because guess what? Look at our communities as black people. Is our communities the most upstanding, or is they at the bottom? Our community is at the bottom, right? Right? Young man? Our community is at the bottom. How did our communities get to the bottom? Why do you think our community is at the bottom, OG? Why do you think our community is at the bottom? But at one point in time, we ruled the earth. We are the owners of the earth right now. Give me that second Ezra. God created this world for us, man. Why don't we have no inheritance in it? Why don't we own our world? Watch this. Read that.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so is Israel's portion.
God said, even so is Israel's portion. The Israelites is the 12 tribes of Israel, right? He said, this was their portion. Read.
Because for their sakes,
because for your sakes,
I made the world.
He said he made the world for you. He made the world for the Israelites, our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Why don't we own nothing in it?
I tell you why.
Why aren't you the king of Sacramento?
Because
Why ain't the people paying you taxes when this is your world? Why? Because we're missing who we are, bro. We missing our language, we missing our culture, we missing our homeland. Why do everybody else on the planet got a homeland and a culture and a language but us? Why? Because we don't know who we are and we don't take the time to think. We think that this book right here is a religious book, right? But it's not religious and it's not inclusive. It's exclusive only for the Israelites. Only for the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American.
Right.
Give me that in Romans chapter 9. Because I'm getting somewhere with this. We at the bottom because we don't know who we are. We at the bottom because we don't know how to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we loved our neighbor as we loved ourselves, you think it'd be drug dealing going on in the black community? Hell no. You think it'd be prostitution going on in the black community? Hell no. You think it'd be our people dropping dead left and right off of fentanyl if we loved each other how we loved ourselves? No, sirree, bye. And that's why the black community and the Hispanic community is at the bottom. Because we can't follow God's basic law on how to deal with each other. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 4.
Come on.
Who are Israelites?
Who are who?
Israelites.
You hear that? Damon, right? Devon, you hear that? Who are Israelites? We the Israelites, right? Watch what Paul said who the book is for. It said, who are who?
Who are Israelites?
We the Israelites, come on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
Who pertaineth the adoption of Christ, come on.
And the glory.
And the glory of the kingdom, come on. This is supposed to be our kingdom. We're not ruling our kingdom because we're not in line with the Most High. Read.
And the covenant.
And the covenant, the old and new covenant. The Old Testament, the New Testament. It belongs to the Israelites. It don't belong to everybody. It's not religious. Come on.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of God's law was given to who?
The Israelites.
Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites?
Read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
Go back to where I had you. Come on, bro. who pertaineth to law.
And the giving of the law. And the service of God.
And the service of God, meaning the prophets and the sacrifices, all of that belong to who? The Israelites. Read.
And the promises.
And the promises of the kingdom, the promises of God, the promises of the Holy Land, that belong to us. It don't belong to everybody.
It still ain't getting nowhere with me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why it ain't getting nowhere with you?
Because I'm not into it.
So you're not into escaping the slave mindset as a black man? You want to stay there?
Shit, I'm not there. Shit.
Well, we are there, because guess what? When I asked you when your nationality was asked, Devon.
I'm African.
Okay, what part of Africa? It's 50 different countries.
From West Africa.
Of course, we all came from West Africa. All of our forefathers and foremothers were shipped from West Africa to America, so we know that much. What language do you speak? That's what I'm saying. So guess what? As a people, we destroyed, bro. No matter how you try to cut it or slice it. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. No matter how you try to cut it or slice it, it's a slave mindset, because what? We in somebody else's land, we speaking somebody else's language, and we paying somebody else's taxes.
Right.
We slaves, bro. Just because you can walk around and jump in and out of a car freely don't mean you're not a slave. Guess what? Guess what? You got a driver's license? But guess what? Legally to operate a vehicle, what do you need? I know you don't give a damn. I know you don't give a damn, but I'm saying though. What you need a driver's license, right? What you think driver's license is? That's permission from your slave master to operate a vehicle. In order to get on an airplane, you gotta have a what? An ID. What is the identification? You asking your slave master to get on the plane to go from California to Texas.
Right.
So we gotta come up out of that slave mindset. We gotta come up out of that. Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, and verse 6.
Come on.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
God said his people are destroyed. Why? Because we don't have no knowledge. It ain't about the knowledge of the streets, because the knowledge of the streets is trash. The knowledge of the streets got us gunning each other down.
Right.
The knowledge of the streets got us selling each other drugs, when guess what? If you go get a 9 to 5, most of these people are small-time drug dealers. And you will literally make more in a facility working 5 days a week than what you're doing out here on the street. Right. Some of our people are stuck to collecting SSI checks.
Right.
Some of our people are slaves today. When you can go get a job and get paid once a week or every 2 weeks and get way more than that SSI check. Right. But since we so destroyed in our minds and we destroyed in our actions and we stuck on being niggas, bring it out. We don't see nothing further than that. We're not interested in something that's gonna make us better. Come on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
It says we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge because we reject it. We out here giving our people their nationality, giving them life again. A lot of our people are down at the bottom because they don't know purpose in life. They don't have no purpose in life. Right. They think their purpose in life is to sell drugs, have sex with women, make babies all over the place, and did not take care of nothing that they just sold.
Bring it out.
That's what they think their purpose is. But we out here, we're not under this white man's religion. Right. We're not trying to bring our people into this hell. I know, I ain't saying you have, but what I'm saying is when people see us and then they see the Bible, they're trying to equate us with a religion. Right. Ain't no way in hell I'm trying to bring you into no religion because I'm not in the religion. Right.
My whole thing is this, and this is my thing for the day. When a motherfucker tell me who wrote that motherfucker, then we can talk.
Okay, that's easy money. Give me Isaiah 46.
Get out.
Give me Isaiah 46.
And who translated it over to English?
Give me that. Give me King James. Watch this. I got you. You thought you saying something to me? I'm about to give you an answer.
Everybody else I asked, they can't.
I'm about to give you an answer. Give me that.
Dictionaries in the ground back.
Give me King James. No, I want the one in the history book about about King James. I got it. I want both. Watch this. Isaiah chapter, because I'm gonna answer that for you. It's easy money. Hold on. Somebody come talk while I find this right quick. Talk right quick. Let me find it.
Hey, G, listen. We gonna answer every question you got. That's the reason why we came up here, bro.
Right.
That's the reason why we woke up this morning. You understand? We out here to answer questions. So now watch this. You said what?
Hold on. Let me answer your question.
Listen.
Let's answer your question.
You know why? You know why? Because God probably don't want you doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. What is sin?
What is sin?
Yeah.
You
see what I'm saying?
It don't make a difference to me because I'm not into this shit.
I'm
not into
I know
it.
that.
So it don't make a difference to me.
Give me Psalm chapter 53 and verse 1. I know that. And the thing is, right? That's the reason why we come out here and we ask our people. You know your nationality. You know who you are. You believe in God. I know you don't. I can tell. But you know why you don't believe in God? I'm gonna read it to you right here. Watch this. No, this guy right here is the damn devil. This your enemy. Hey, that's because you used to believe in him. But this ain't God.
I never believed in him.
This ain't God.
Right.
I know that.
You see what I'm saying?
When I was a little kid, you couldn't tell me.
Now watch this. That's why you don't believe in God. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 53 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
Only a foolish man would say that there is no God. A man that don't know nothing. You ain't got no knowledge.
Right.
No knowledge of self. No knowledge of culture. You ain't got no love for your people. Only a foolish man would say there is no God.
Right.
So now watch this. Read on.
Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There are none that doeth good.
Hey, guess what? You know why you don't believe in God? Because you're in the midst of sin. And you don't want to give it up. You better repent or you're going to die. I guarantee that. That's an appointment you can't miss. Bring it up. Man, give me that one more time.
The book of Psalms, chapter 53, verse 1. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
Hey, only a foolish man would say there is no God. But guess what? Now our people don't believe in God because the white man taught you God.
Right.
Because your enemy has taught you about God.
Right.
It's time for you to change your mindset. Guess what? God looks like you, my brother. And you got to come up off of these streets and do better with your life.
That's right.
You got to do better with your life because you got a bigger calling. You got a bigger purpose. God calling his people back in these last days. And it's high time.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Last days. And it's high time for you to repent. Give me that in Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It's high time for you to wake up. You, yes, you, my brother, right here. Check it out. You got to wake up. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. 13, 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of your sleep.
Hey, my people out here walking sleep. You out here walking sleep. Hey, I guarantee you, if you think you African American, you sleep. If you believe in Christianity, you are asleep.
Bring it out.
If you think Jesus is white, you are asleep. If you still celebrating your birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these man-made holidays, you are asleep. God said it is high time for you to wake out of sleep. Read. Read it again.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right now is the time to wake out of sleep. Our people don't want the answers, but we out here to give you the answers and to show you what God actually say. What did God say? That you are the Israelites. You are God's chosen people. You got to change your mindset. You have been lied to. Now we coming out here to tell you the truth, and you've been so indoctrinated in lies, you will not accept the truth. But we got the Bible open, and your pastor is teaching with the Bible closed. Read it again.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
We looking for those that believe in God. Like my brother right here. I guarantee you, maybe this brother believe in God. My brother, you believe in God? Yeah? So that's what we looking for, right? Give me Matthew chapter 15, 24. You believe in Christ like my brother right here that work in the Dollar Tree. You believe in God? You've been hearing this every Sabbath. Every Saturday you've been hearing this, bro. You believe in God? You do? Let me ask you this, right? What have you learned about God in all your years of life? That he real, right? And if God is real and he created everybody,
Hey, Damon, come get the answer to your question, bro. I got the answer for you, bro. I found what I was looking for. Come on and get it. Come on and get it. So your first question was who wrote the Bible, right? And then your second question is who translated it? Okay, I'm gonna answer both of these questions for you right here. Give me King James and that, and then first give me Isaiah 46 and verse 10.
Yes, sir.
Give me the sign of it. Come on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10.
Come on.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
No, I want great was them that published. That's
Psalm 68:11.
Psalm 68:11. Watch this. Psalm 68:11. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 11.
Come on.
The Lord gave the word.
God gave the word. Watch this.
Great was company of those that published it.
God said, great was those that in the company that published it, right? Give me Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. Let's see who Solomon is. Give me that.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
I am black but comely.
You see that? What color was Solomon?
I am black but comely.
What color Solomon said he was? He was a black man just like you. So remember, in the book of Psalm 68 verse 11, it says, great was the company of the men that published it. Solomon was a black man just like you. He published Songs of Solomon. Job 30 and 30. You get Revelation 1:14. Watch this.
Bring it out.
Watch this. So what color was that prophet? He was a black man just like you. Who wrote the scriptures? Who wrote this Bible? Our people did. Watch this.
That's
Come
right.
on.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30.
Come on.
My skin is black upon me.
What color was Job's skin?
My skin is black upon me.
Oh, gee, what color was Job's skin? Black. Just like yours. Who wrote the Bible? Black men wrote the Bible.
That's right.
God, the Most High God, put the spirit on our forefathers to write this book. Go ahead, read. Is that it?
My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat.
Come on, read this. Go to Acts 13 and 1. My bad. And you go to Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. Watch this. Watch this. You got it?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Watch this, OG.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch.
There was in the church at Antioch, come on.
Certain prophets.
Certain prophets, come on.
And teachers.
And teachers, and it was prophets and the teachers, and what were they?
As Barnabas and Simeon.
Barnabas and Simon, come on.
That were called Nigger.
What were they called?
Nigger.
The prophets was called what?
Nigger.
So the people of this book was black, just like me and you, bro.
That's right.
That's who wrote the book. We wrote the book.
Right.
Now watch this. Now I got a little more for you. You said who translated it, right? Give me that and the sign of it. Come on, Michael, what you put it down for?
King James Version Bible. 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and 1 for the Apocrypha. 2 of the groups met at Oxford, 2 at Cambridge, 2 at Westminster.
Now who brought these? Now who brought these groups together? What are you reading?
The King James Version Bible.
So he's reading about King James bringing these people together, right? To translate the Bible, right? Now let me show you what color King James was. Here.
Yes,
read the title of the book.
The Negro Question, Part 4.
The Negro what?
The Negro Question, Part 4.
So guess what? The same question that you have, other Negroes have.
That's right.
The Negro Question, Part 4. Now go.
The image located of a black King James.
Wait, what color was King James?
I know this image of a black King James.
Wait a minute, the translator was what color?
Black King James.
Okay, so this was our people. This is our book. We translated it. They took your information and fed it to you upside down. They took your information and made it and put themselves in the book to make you forget about your God.
I know this image of a black King James can be a little confusing.
Come on.
Because of your Western education.
It says your Your Western education, meaning over here in the Americas, they teach us that King James is a white pedophile. He say, I know that your Western education has deceived you. What book are we reading? The Question of the Negro, part 4. Read.
But this is the truth, that it is known by the rich and elite in the world.
You see that King James being black is known by the rich and the elite of the world. You don't know this and you thought he was white because you're not the rich and the elite of the world. But guess what? Your brothers, your nephews, your sons is here to teach you something
Bring
different.
it out.
That's right.
We're here to teach you something different. This ain't got nothing to do with them. This got everything to do with us. To hell with that white demon right there.
Right.
To hell with that devil right there. Because it don't have nothing to do. Our culture comes out of the book. Who wrote the book? We wrote the book.
That's right.
Who translated the book? We translated the book.
Right.
This is ours. This belongs to us. It belongs to nobody else. Read.
That was the reason I paraded all of the English historians and professors before you before I got into the bowels of this book.
Jump down to right here. The truth.
Yes, sir. I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth.
You see that? We got to get your mind ready to receive the truth. The truth of what? The truth that King James was black. All of the prophets was black. The book was written by black people inspired by the Most High God. They called Simon and Peter, they called Barnabas and Simon niggers. Same way that they call you nigger. This is your book, bro. To hell with that religion. To hell with Christianity, Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, all of that Muslim garbage. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Read.
King James came from a long line of black Scottish kings.
Wait, King James came from a long line of black Scottish kings. That's the Moor era. That's the Dark Ages. He was the last ruling king of the Dark Ages. People don't know the Dark Ages means we ruled Europe for 1,000 years.
Right.
Read.
343 years of rulership in Scotland.
Come on.
The Stuarts not only ruled in Scotland,
Come on.
they ruled France,
They ruled France,
Spain, Ireland, and England.
and England. That's all Europe. We ruled Europe at one time. Guess what?
there's more.
Come on.
Britain,
Come on.
Wales,
Come on.
the King James was able to rule all of these lands because of all of these people of Iberian black descent.
Black descent. This is your people. These are your forefathers that created, that wrote the book. These are your forefathers that translated the book. So now what? Now what now?
Still ain't got nowhere now.
I got somewhere with you because was your question not answered?
Yeah, you answered my question.
Okay, so we got
You answered my
somewhere.
question, but it's still, it still ain't did nothing to me though.
No.
It ain't changed my mind about that.
What it did to you, what it did for you,
It gave me a little knowledge.
it answered a question that you've been seeking.
You got me some knowledge.
And that's all we here for. And so what I did was I accomplished my mission to show you we're not no religion, bro.
Bring it
Right.
up.
We're not of this white people, bro. We are for our people, just like Jesus Christ was for his people. Matthew 15:24. We're not worried about nobody else but y'all, bro. Guess what? Everybody else community ain't like yours. But we need strong men
That's right.
that's been living for a while to show them something different.
Right.
You could be that brother that shows something different. I come from G Parkway, hood right around the corner. I mean old G Parkway, not new G Parkway. I come from that era. And I'm teaching my people something different because gang banging, drug dealing, and pimping and hoeing ain't the way, bro.
Bring it out.
It's not the way, bro. It's not. So what's the way? In order to take, our people are like kids, right? You can't just take something away from them and then not give them nothing to replace it.
Right.
So if we know that's not the right way, then what's the right way, OG? Get a job and work. Okay, give me Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 13. Get a job and work. Hey, sister. Mama. Hey, mama. How you doing? What your name is? Tracy. Where you from, Tracy? Chicago? Oh, so you've seen a lot then. Chicago is one of the bloodiest cities in all America, right? Why is our people like that out there? It's just that hateration. Great answer. So Tracy, it's the hate. How do you get rid of that hate?
I don't have hate.
No, I'm talking about I'm not saying you. I'm saying all of our people. And matter of fact, let me give it to you like this here. You believe in God? You believe, but do you believe in God? Do you believe that there's a God, only one God? Yeah, you do, right? Let me ask you this. What does that one God look like? I can't hear you. You can't say? We can say though. Give me that revelation. Come closer. Let me show you this. You go to Daniel. So, watch this. You see this image right here? Well, who do people say that this is? They say people say that this is Jesus, right? But do the Bible describe Jesus to look like this? Or do it describe him to look like this? You don't know?
No, that's not good.
Okay, so good. Now let's start there. Because guess what? In order to have a God, you have to know what that God looks like. That God don't look like this. I'm going to show you what the God in the Bible looks like. Watch this, watch this. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
This is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Come on.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
And he gave this image of Jesus Christ for God to show his servants. God's servants are the Israelites. Sister, you are an Israelite. What are you, so-called black? You so-called black, right? You make up one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You come from the top tribe, which is Judah, right? Watch what God say about who he showed his word to. Hey, y'all young men, come here. What color is Jesus? What color? Well, you step right up at the right time. Bring your over here, man. Come on over here. I'm going to show you something real. When the last time you heard something real? Okay, so let's talk about something real. People say that this is Jesus, right? But according to you, you don't know what he looked like. My sister Tracy don't know what he looked like. Do you? No? So watch this. Read it again, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Stop. Sister in the lead. Sister Lee, come on over here. Let me show you something that I'm showing everybody else. Because you got to know this too. Let me ask you first. What color is Jesus Christ? Fair skin. You see that? So that means he looked like this. Okay. Let me show you. Hold on, Tracy. Don't leave. It's coming. It's coming. Read that.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation means reveal. So we about to reveal who?
Jesus Christ.
We're about to reveal Jesus Christ. Some people say he looked like this, right? A lot of people say fair skin, so that's what they point to, right? But let's see what God say his son looked like. Come on.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, question. Is his hair white and woolly? So it can't be talking about him, right? Is his hair white and woolly? Which one more is accurate? Which one is more accurate? This one right here, huh? So strike one against the prison. Read.
And as white as snow.
As white as what?
As white as snow.
So the hair on his head and the hair on his face was white and woolly, as white as snow. Come on.
And his eyes.
And his eyes
were as a flame of fire.
So the whites of his eyes were red, right? Let me show y'all. Is the whites of his eyes red? No? Of course not, right? is the whites of his eyes red?
It looks like it. Why are they red though?
I'm about to show you why they red, but the whites of his eyes is red, right? Go to Genesis 49. Let's show you. Simeon, grab Genesis 49. You stay right where you at. Oh, he already there. My bad, Simeon. He got it.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12.
This is why his eyes was red, because the prophecy say so. Come on.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
His eyes shall be red with what?
With wine.
So Christ, he drunk wine in moderation. This guy don't look like he even touched a virgin margarita. You see what I'm saying? Christ's eyes was red with wine, just like the prophecy say. Go back to Revelation chapter 1. So which one is more accurate so far? He had white woolly hair and his eyes was red. Which one? This one, right? So where did this demon come from? I'm going to show you. Read that.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Come on.
As white as snow.
Come on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Come on.
And his feet.
And his feet.
Like unto fine brass.
What color is fine brass? What color is brass? Who answered that? Somebody answered that. I heard. OG said that? Brass is brown. Thank you, OG. Brass is brown. Did this guy look like fine brass? Does this guy look like brown? No. Did this guy look like fine brass? Calm down, young man. Watch it. This is coming. It's coming. Did this guy look like brass? Yeah, right? Watch this. Watch this. There's a stipulation to this brass. Read.
Oh. And his feet like unto fine brass. As if they burned in a furnace.
His feet was like into fine brass, like they was burned in a furnace, right? So if you take anything, you put it in the oven, you burn some food on the stove top, what color does it turn? Black. What color does it turn? Black. 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 Look at this. Take a look at this. That's brass. Who's holding it in the man's hand? They look the same color. Look. Brass. 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 But this brass is burnt in the furnace. Watch this. Give me Daniel now. Step out the way.
Bring it out.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 5.
Watch this.
Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
So guess what? A lot of people say Christ was a spirit. But how the hell is he a spirit if he had a body and he had on clothes? He got on clothes just like you got on clothes. Read.
His body also was like the beryl.
His body was what?
Like the beryl.
So he wore green. He wore green. He had green on. Come on.
And his face as an appearance of lightning.
Whoa, his face was white like his face and his head and his hairs were white like wool. Read.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
Same thing is said in Revelations. His eyes was red and wine. Come on.
And his arms and his feet.
His arms and his feet.
Like in color to polished brass.
His arms and his feet and his face was like in color to polished brass. So where do we get this from? We got this from the slave master. Why do we think Jesus is this? Because you think you could get away with anything. Guess what? How old are you, young man? 15. 16. Okay. And when the last time you heard something real? Never, huh? You smoke weed? Good. You smoke weed? Good. You smoke weed, sis? You smoking the weed. Okay. Give me 1 Corinthians 3:16. Why am I showing you about Jesus Christ? Because Jesus Christ, no, hold that. Go to 1 Peter. You go to 1 Peter. You go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Peter 2. I'm showing you about Jesus Christ, right? Because Jesus Christ wanted you to walk after he walked, right? He didn't tell us, you play sports? What you play? And all of the days that football, that your game was played is on what day? No, what day? Is they playing on a Sunday? They playing on a Saturday? Playing on a Friday night, right? Because you in high school, you doing JV and stuff right there, right? And you play football too? And y'all go to the same school? So all of your games is what? Friday night, right? Friday night lights. But what they forgot to tell you is that Friday night, you ain't supposed to be doing the damn thing. That's what they forgot to tell you. And I'm showing you the color of Jesus, and I'm showing you what Jesus looked like. So, because he told you to follow after him and walk in his footsteps, right? Read this.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21.
Exodus 20 and verse 8.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us.
Christ suffered for us. He suffered for his people. He didn't suffer for you to be, for our people to come out and be homos. That's not what he suffered for. He suffered for them to repent from being homos. He didn't suffer for our people to go out here and defile their temple with the weed, the cigarettes, and the drugs. He died so you can repent from those things. Read.
Leaving us an example.
What example did Christ leave us?
That we should follow his steps.
This is why I showed you the color of Christ, because somebody, you ain't gonna follow nobody that don't look like you. He don't look like you, so you be like that old man. He was like, no, to hell with the Bible, to hell with religion. That's a white boy. It's the devil. I don't follow no damn Polish. That's what he said, right? But if he knew that Jesus Christ was looked like him, he would be more inclined to follow him. Christ said, follow in his footsteps. Come on.
That ye should follow his steps, who did no sin.
So it's up to us to walk like Christ and try our best not to sin. Try our hardest not to sin. Now, why did I ask you about the sports? I asked you about the sports because I know both of y'all play. Y'all both look like athletes, right? And all of the days that they have for us to participate in those sports are days that we're not supposed to participate in, like Friday night, right? Give me that in Exodus 20 and 8, and you go to Genesis about the days. Come on.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the seventh day and keep it holy.
God said, remember the Sabbath day. What day is the Sabbath day? We're going to see.
6 days. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
God said, in 6 days shall you labor and do all your work, right? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the 6th day, right? But then in your mind, you were like, yeah, I said Friday night, right? Watch this. Give me that, Genesis, about the days. Watch this. Come on.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1
right
and verse 5. And God called the day light. Called the light day. And the darkness he called night.
So the light was called day, and the darkness was called night, right? Watch this, young men. Watch this. Pay attention.
And the evening.
Watch. Listen to what the verbiage is. The evening. What day? What time of day is evening? Dark time. It's dark. It's dark outside. As soon as the sun falls, that's called evening, right? Come on.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
It says the evening and then the morning was the first day. Did it say the morning and then the evening was the first day? It said the evening and the morning was the first day. So what started the day? Nighttime started the day. Nighttime started the day. So if you're doing something on Friday night, you are into the Sabbath. And that's when you break the law at. Remember, Christ said, follow him in his footsteps and do no sin. Keeping the Sabbath day is a law. And if you go against the Sabbath day, that means you're in sin, correct? Watch this, read.
Remember the seventh day to keep it holy.
Remember at Friday at sundown, that is the Sabbath. Holy means separate. Keep it different from all the other days. You got from Sunday to Friday sundown to play any type of football you want. But Friday night to Saturday night is holy. You got to treat it different. Come on.
6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
It says in that 6 days you shall labor and do all your work.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Come on.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Thou shalt not do any servile work. That's what football is. Football is servile work. Friday night, you're not supposed to be doing that, man. And it's simple. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of us, right? It's enough of us and enough spending power that if we really wanted to play football, we can start it ourselves. That's right. But we want to live after this. We want to live after white Jesus and what white Jesus said. White Jesus said I had to go to college and play football and defile the Lord's Sabbath. God said, Give me Exodus. Give me Nehemiah. You give me the other one in Exodus about cooking and stuff. Come on.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
A lot of people like to say, one more, last one before you go. Last one before you go. Don't go nowhere, man. Matter of fact, give me First Maccabees. That's what I want. I'm going to get y'all something because that same thing that y'all doing in them sports was our people's downfall back then too. Give me the glory of the Grecians of it all. What's this? Read.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 10, which when the king granted, he had gotten into his hand the rule, and forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion.
Our old people, our OGs, they brought our whole nation into the Greekish fashion. The Greekish fashion is sports. You ever seen the old Olympians and the discus, the ball, what's the heavy ball being thrown? All of that is Greek fashion. They all like gladiators. All of that is Greek fashion. They all dressed up in tight ass clothing to appear naked, right? Back in the day, they were actually naked. Come on.
And the royal privileges granted a special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Epolemius, who went ambassador to Rome for amnesty and aid. And he took away and put down the governments which were according to the law. And he brought up new customs against the law.
And he brought up new customs against God's law, like playing football on Friday night. Come on.
For he built gladly.
He built gladly. Jonathan was one of our people. He was an Israelite just like us. He said, this man did this thing gladly.
He built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself and brought the chief young men under his subjection.
And guess what? You the chief young men. Y'all the young men of our time. Y'all the ones that's being looked at. Y'all the best of the best, right? So he took young kids like y'all and brought them into this place. Come on.
And made them wear a hat.
And made them wear a hat. You ever seen in the NBA draft? They give them a team, even in college. When they commit to a college, what they do? They take the hat up off the table, put it on their head. They in the NBA, you get drafted to the Atlanta Hawks. They give him a jersey. He take the hat, put it on his head. They force him to do that. Come on.
Now such was the height of Greekish fashion.
Said them Greek fashions was at its height, just like it is now. It's at its height. All the black and Hispanic kids want to do it. Come on.
An increase of heathenish manners.
You see that? It increased heathenish manners. So when you partake in these things, it decreases God's manner and increases the heathenish manner. Come on.
Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch.
Whoa. So everything that Jason was telling them to do, Jason was what?
That ungodly wretch.
Gosh, I'm telling you, when you're doing that on his days, it's ungodly. Y'all the next gods, bro. Y'all the next gods on this earth, bro. Only if you come back and keep the commandments how the Lord tell you to. Come on.
And no high priest. That the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
Just like y'all. We don't have no courage to sit here and listen to the word of God. We want to walk off. Why? Because we think we have better things to do. We ain't got nothing better to do. You ain't smoking no weed. What you doing with your life these days? You going to see a girl? You going to see a girl? Yeah, you is, man. Huh? You going to the gym? You see what we're reading about right now?
Bring it up.
Bro, that's the spirit of God, bro. You about to go to a gym to go exercise on the Sabbath. And we just showed you how ungodly that is. But this is why we destroyed as a people, young men. We destroyed because of this stuff. Read on.
That the priest had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
We ain't got no courage to hear the word of God and to get ourselves right. But we want to go to the place of exercise. Come on.
But despising the temple.
But despising the laws of God, despising our nationality, our heritage, and our culture.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hasten to be partakers of the unlawful allowances in the places of exercise.
See that? We rushed to get to the place of exercise when the word of God was coming out. But I pray you little young men, y'all got that flyer? You got that flyer. We're here to help y'all, brothers, man. Call us, man. Get with us, man. We're going to teach y'all how to be the gods of the earth again, bro. You ain't no nigga. You ain't no nigga, bro.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation his children with role models.